Hi kids, let's start with our mantra. I make messes, I make mistakes, but deep inside, I have what it takes. I am an, show me the sign, artist. Artist, it's like you're drawing on your hand with your finger. Very good, and you are an artist. For your level 2 drawing this week, we are going to do a dragon, another dragon, a different kind. And this one will be a challenge, but you can get through it because you are an artist. Hi kids. So for your level 2 drawing, guided drawing this week, we're gonna do a dragon. This dragon is kind of tricky because it deals with a lot of shapes where parts need to be erased. So I'm working with a pencil that has a good eraser on it. If you don't have a pencil that has a good eraser, I want you to draw really lightly to where you can hardly see those lines, because we know that we draw light till we know it's right, and then we go darker or trace with marker. So our first step is to fold our paper, as always, into 4 parts. We're gonna take one side and bring it all the way to the other side. And then we're gonna take the bottom and we're gonna bring the bottom up. All right, so now we've got that, and we are going to start our drawing. It starts with 2 shapes. The first shape is the shape of the head, and it's a rectangle, and the shape of the body, and that's a semicircle. So watch closely. While my hand's working, your hand should be in your lap taking a nap. Your hand right now is in your lap taking a nap. We're gonna start with a rectangle. We're gonna be in this square only, and we're gonna start on this line, and we're gonna come up and over and down, and we have what kind of looks like a rectangle. If it's more square, that's okay. If it's more of a wide rectangle, that's okay, because every dragon is different, just like every child is different. Our next shape is gonna be this, the semicircle of the body, this shape right here. It's an arch and a flat line. So this goes in all 4 squares of our paper. So let's start by making 2 dots. 1, 2. And I notice that this dot isn't right in line with the head. It's off a little bit to the side because we still need room for the neck. So we're gonna start at this dot and we're gonna make an arch over to this dot. And if you miss your dot, that's cool. It's totally fine. And then we're going to bring that over. So now I have the start of my head and the start of the body. Right now it's just 2 random shapes, but as we grow with drawing, we'll learn that all animals start with basic shapes. So now we need to add our neck. We're gonna attach the head here. And then we're gonna attach the head somewhere from here to here. Okay, so now we have a neck. Next, we're gonna add the tail. I kind of made my body really big, so I don't have lots of room for a tail, but that's okay. My tail's just gonna come up higher instead of out further. Your tail is just kind of a whoop, whoop, just like that. You don't have to make those sounds when you do them. Then I'm gonna add 4 legs. Legs are tricky. So let's look really quick at the legs on the guided drawing. We always have 2 legs that look like they're closer and 2 legs that look like they're further back. So let's start with the legs that are further back. Those are the ones where we're not gonna have to erase any of our guidelines, our strong lines. So we're gonna make a leg and then put a foot on it. And then we'll make our back leg. We're gonna make a line and put a foot on it, okay? And that looks really silly right now. It looks like modular drawing, and that's all right, because we're gonna start to make it look more 3D by the details we add and how we erase. So now we're gonna come into the foreground of our picture and we're gonna make the front legs. Let me show you again. We're gonna make the front legs, and we're gonna have to erase that body line but we're gonna go over the body and make a leg. And this line here, we'll erase or we'll color over. To add some movement, our back leg needs to bend a little bit. Dinosaurs move, they're animals. So we have to make sure that we have at least one leg that has a little bit of movement. So we're gonna put a bend on that leg. A bend, and then we're gonna add the feet. And then if you choose, you can go in and erase this line because that leg's in front. If you don't feel like erasing, or if you don't have an eraser, don't worry about those lines because you can color over them and that's totally fine. Okay, so next we're gonna add the eyes, the ears, and the teeth, some special details. We're also gonna create the mouth by erasing a space. So let's do that first. We're gonna pull this negative space out. Okay, this is negative space where we don't see a shape. So we're gonna make a mouth. We're gonna make an arch, and then we're gonna come over. Okay. Here you're going to want to erase that little spot, that little line right there to open up that face. Okay. And then I liked to round that off, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can leave it square. Okay, so eyes, ears, and mouth. We've got the mouth. Let's put some teeth. Just throw some triangles in there. I'm gonna make a snaggle tooth dino this time. And then we're gonna add the eyes. The eyes are 2 circles. You can draw them however you want. I'm gonna put them close together. And I like cartoony style, so mine are not the same. And I'll put a little detail in there to make him look like he's facing forward. And then we're gonna put the ears of the dinosaur right past the eyes. Okay, next let's do his wings. His wings are an arched line. Let's look at that. An arch looks like this. And you can make an arch in any angle, but we know here we need 2 arches. So let's go ahead and go arch. And then on the way back, we're gonna make a scallop line like a wave. And we're gonna go up like an arch, and then we're gonna make a scallop line like a wave. Then we'll draw some lines in the middle for the flaps of his wings. They don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to connect to any other lines you've already made. All right. A few more details to throw in. We'll give him some spikes. Dragons are spiky. They have all these spikes. Details are where the power in your drawings live. So let's put some spikes on this dinosaur. However you want to do it. They can be big spikes or little spikes, or you can leave no spikes at all. I'm going to put tiny spikes on his tail. It's like a zigzag line. We talked about lines in our very first lesson, and now we're really making that grow. Okay, so our dinosaur also has a nose because they breathe fire and they need to vent, need ventilation. And we can put some spots on his back if you want, but you don't have to. You do what you do, you. And my dinosaur has wings, so I feel like he's living in the sky, or maybe he's in the sky right now. So I'm gonna make a curving line repeat like a cloud underneath him. And I'm also gonna remember my overlap. I wanna stop when I get to my dino and then keep going. I wanna stop and then keep going. I wanna stop. Because our dinosaur is sitting on, or a dragon, sorry, is sitting on the cloud. He's not inside of it. So we have to stop whenever we get to his body. Awesome. You guys are doing so great. And then the last thing that we can do is add some fire. If you want a kind dragon, maybe you could draw some candy coming out of his mouth or a rainbow. I'm going to draw fire because I want to. But if you want to draw something else, that's your choice. Okay? Just something coming out of his mouth or nothing. And then we're going to trace it with a Sharpie or a black crayon, something darker. and then go in and color or paint it. And I'll show you that in just a second. I know this is a long one, but you guys did so, so good. Hi kids! So today I'm coming from my house to do the painting of the dragon, and my little kiddo Avi Ryan, who's in pre-K at Council Oak with us, is gonna help us paint the dragon drawing.
Me too. Stuffy.
Okay, all right, so here we go.
Annie's Stuffy.
Avi,